Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Chucker TV. And those of you who are fieldside, we're happy to have you with us. We've got the finals of the Ute Challenge. Here today, we've got the two teams out there lined up. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, though, I'm going to ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove the lids. For the singing of our national anthem, we have our good friend Jack McLean here to sing our nation's song. So, Jack, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Jack. That was a beautiful rendition. Very happy to have you with us here. And now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce the two teams out there. We've got the team wearing the white jerseys today. Catamount lining up at number 1, Scott Devon. Very happy to have Scott Devin here with us this week at the Aspen Valley Polo Club. Play number 2, Grant Gansey. With a number 3 on his back this day, we've got Nick Roldan. And then rounding out the lineup, my man Juan Bellini playing the number 4 back position. There you have the Catamount team. On the other side, we got Tonkawa wearing the green jerseys. Jeff Hildebrand playing the number 1 position. Playing number 2 today, Jimmy Seward. Next up, we got Gonzalito Pierez with the number 3 on his back. And then following up him with the number 4, playing the number 4 back position, Stuart Armstrong. And, of course, we have our mounted official out there, Mr. Dale Schwetz. My name's Cale Newman. I'm here to keep you guys informed throughout this game. So we're going to get this one underway here in just a moment. Umpire sounds his whistle. Going to get the players over there and go through a few final instructions here. And we are going to get this one underway momentarily. And here we go. The ball is on the ground. Coming out of there with the play, Nick Roldan here for Catamount. Roldan picks up the play, looking around, checking his surroundings. He's going to unleash a big bomb of a shot all the way down the field. He's got Grant Gansey on the move. Can he get there? Granty trying to get a hold of the ball, but it's going to be taken out of there by Tonkawa. Deep into the corner, Grant still trying to get on this ball. Having a little trouble, though. Stuart Armstrong with possession here in the corner. Now, deep in the corner, still looking to get out of Catamount territory here. This ball working all the way down. Gonzalito tries to keep that one moving. He leaves it behind here now from the back of the pack with the number 4 on his back. That is Stuart Armstrong. Armstrong sends it right back up here to Gonzalito. Gonza can't quite keep control. Now Nick Roldan coming in on the action, stealing this ball back for Catamount. Roldan looking around. He's getting a little help here from Juan Bellini, keeping Gonzalito at bay. Nick Roldan sends a shot down along the ground, out in front here, trying to find the mallet of Scott. And we got an umpire's whistle. The first whistle of the match here, stopping the action. Still plenty of time left to go. All right, so we got a right-of-way violation on the field. Penalty number 3 is the result of that whistle. No, never mind. That's going to be a penalty number 5. I heard that incorrectly. My apologies. And now this ball brought back in by Tonkawa. That Stuart Armstrong sends it down here, looking for Jimmy Seward. Seward moving this ball down the field along the far sideboards, trying to keep this one moving, but coming in and stealing back the ball is going to be Juan Bellini here for Catamount. Bellini with possession now. He leaves it back behind here for Roldan. Nick Roldan looks downfield. He's got players in motion. What's he going to do? He's keeping it to himself now. Unleashes a pass down here looking for Grant Gansey with the number 2 on his back. Granty playing the number 2 position today, drops in, picks up the line and the ball, and he's going to escort this one right on in, putting the first goal on the board here. So Catamount. We've got 4 minutes and 5 seconds, 4:05 left to play here as we make our way back to center field. And here we go, back in action here at center field. Ball put on the ground. First one to get a hold of the ball is going to be Juan Bellini. Bellini with possession here. He's got Jimmy Seward here keeping a close watch. Bellini fires a shot down here looking for Grant Gansey. Gansey gets a hold of it out of the air a couple times here, but he's unable to keep that one with him as, oh, bad luck there. Loose ball played, jumping in on the action is going to be Armstrong now. Gonzalito Pierez working his way down the far sideboards here, slams on the brakes, lets those defenders go by. Now he's got Jimmy Seward running downfield. He's got all of his players running downfield now. Gonza trying to get this one out to one of his teammates here, not looking for the mallet of Nick Roldan. Roldan gets the ball turned, facing the right direction now, gets a little underneath that one, pops it up in the air, drops it down, and sends it down along the ground here. He's got Grant Gansey on the move. Gansey trying to get there, but it's going to be Gonzalito Pierez to get a hold of that ball first. Drags it into the corner, deep into the corner. Gonza. Pierez gets this one turned back now, looking around, checking his surroundings. We've got 2:45 on the clock here as this ball is dangerously close to that end line. And here we go. This one's brought back into the playing surface here, trying to keep control, having a little trouble with the bouncing ball as Scott Devin comes through, gets a hold of the ball. Sends it back only to be stolen back here by Gonzalito Pierres. This ball going to take a hop. Oh, no, it stays in the playing field as Scott Devin picks up the loose ball play here on the sideboards. Bellini coming in, fighting hard here with Seward. Now, Stuart Armstrong coming away with the ball. Now Greg Gansey in on the action as well. Stuart gets a little back shot, setting up a play here for Gonzalito Pierres. We've got 2 minutes left to play here. 2 minutes left in Chucker number 1. And this ball sent downfield once again here. No one there to receive it. It's going to be picked off now by Nick Roldan. Roldan sends a back shot here, looking for Grant Gansey. Gansey tries to pick it up on the near side, gets a little help from his pony here. Trying to get back on the line, unable to do so now. Coming back in on the action is going to be Nick Roldan. Roldan with possession now, trying to keep this one moving forward. Drops it back behind here. Now in on the cleanup position is going to be Juan Bellini. Juan Bellini fires at the goal. Will it go? It almost makes it, but it's going to go wide. And the clock is stopped here. 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining, and that is the first little break in the action we have. So we're going to let these players run off and hop on a fresh pony here for our courtesy change. Happening a little bit late here in the Chucker, but they were running and gunning with no where to stop that play. So that ball is out of play in neutral territory. We're going to let these players hop on a fresh mount and get back underway here in just a moment as soon as we get everyone back out there on the field. So we got the players making their way back out here. We're going to have a knock-in here for the team in green, Tonkawa. Juan Bellini had that attempt on goal. I thought it looked like it was going to go in, but it just skirted around that left-hand post to go wide. So we will have a knock-in to resume the action, similar to a bring-in in basketball, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the sport of polo. So it looks like we got our players back out there on the field, ready to get this one put back into the playing surface. And here we go. Umpire calls play. Stuart Armstrong behind the ball, ready to put this one back in. Stuart taps this one into the playing surface off to the right-hand side a little bit, looking here for his number 3. That is Gonzalito Pierres. Gonza picks up the play. Goes for a big shot. Didn't quite get all of that ball as it's going to be picked off now by Nick Roldan. Roldan dragging this one forward here, trying to keep this one alive. Drags it forward now, slaps a shot back here, looking for his number 2. That is Grant Gansey. Gansey trying to feed this one up here to Scott Devin. Comes up short, though. It's going to be picked up there by Jimmy Seward. Seward unable to make the play on that as Bellini comes through, picking up the play now. He's got a deep angled cut shot here coming to the goal. And there is the 30-second warning horn. That's all we got, folks, for Chucker number 1. What a fun Chucker that was. And I do believe that ball was... All right, so that ball was wide. So we had 1 goal scored in Chucker number 1 here by the team in white, Catamount. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back after this short break. We'll let these players hop on a fresh mount, and we'll be back to start things off here in Chucker number 2.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day, and the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, McClure River Ranch Field number 1. This, of course, is the Ute Challenge FINAL. The two teams out there, Catamount wearing the white jerseys, Tonkawa wearing the green. For those of you who are just tuning in and joining us here, we had 1 goal scored in chucker number 1. And it came off the mallet of Grant Gansey. So we're going to start things off here in chucker number 2 with a knock-in, going in favor of Tonkawa. So here we go. Players out on the field, ready to get this one underway. We've got Stuart Armstrong back there behind the ball, ready to start things off here in chucker number 2. Umpire calls play, and here we go. Ready to get this one put back on the playing field. Stuart Armstrong taps this one into the playing field. Stuart taps it once, then fires a big shot down, looking to get a hold of one of his teammates here, but coming in on the action is going to be Nick Roldan with the steal. Nick Roldan over along the far sideboards, keeping this one to himself. Now he unleashes a pass down here. He's got Scott Devin here. Scott, can he get there? Oh, bad luck. Scott made an attempt on the ball, unable to make contact, and now it's going to be Stuart once again. Working his way down, trying to keep this one moving here. Where's he going to put this ball? Stuart Armstrong still with possession here, working his way down the field. Stuart having a little trouble with the bouncy ball, manages to keep it in the playing field, and Stuart here, bad luck there, comes off the defender's pony, and it's going to be picked off now by Roldan. Nick Roldan in there on the action here. Roldan gets a hold of the ball, gets a turn back now, facing the right direction, looking downfield. Trying to feed this one up to a teammate here, but it's going to be Jimmy Seward to come away with the ball. Seward slaps a shot over here to the sideboards where the pair of number 3s come together here. Nick Roldan gets a hold of the ball, sends a pass down the boards here looking for Grant Gansey. Gansey dropping in, picking up this ball off the sideboards here. Gansey sends a shot down, but it's going to go off the playing field wide. We've got 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here. 4:22 on the clock here as that ball goes wide. So we're going to have another knock-in here to be taken by the team in green. Stuart Armstrong behind the ball. Stuart taps this one back into play. He's got players in motion. He's being watched here by Scott Devin, keeping a close watch on him. Alexis sends a shot off to the left-hand side here, looking for Jeff Hildebrand. Jeff sends this one up the field here, but Juan Bellini jumps in on that line and steals that ball back here for Catamount with a pass here for Nick Roldan. Roldan having a little trouble with that ball, unable to make contact, and it's going to be Grant Gansey to get a hold of it. Gansey tries to feed a pass over to Nick Roldan, but it's going to be stolen out of there by Gonzalito Pierez. Gonza working his way down the field. He's not being marked up just yet. Gonzalito Pierez takes the shot, but it's going to be just a little bit wide. We've got 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, 3:20, and there we go with the whistle. That is going to signal our courtesy change here for chucker number 2. That ball out of play in neutral territory. We're going to stop the clock, let these players run, and hop on a fresh mound. This is, of course, the courtesy change, something that we have a lot of good feedback from our players and our spectators. We utilize this down in Florida at the Grand Champions Polo Club, our sister club, and we use this also in the World Polo League, which is, of course, the highest level of polo played anywhere in the United States. We've got the players running off, hopping on fresh ponies. We try to keep this courtesy change at right around 45 seconds. This is only a timeout for the pony. This is not a timeout for the player necessarily. Of course, we will allow a little bit of additional time if there's any tack issues or anything like that. But ideally, we like to see these players run over, hop on a fresh pony, and make their way back out onto the playing surface as quickly as possible. So here we go. The players starting to come back out on the field. So players making their way back out here on to the playing surface. The clock is stopped with about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. We're going to get this game back underway here. So we're going to continue things off here with a knock-in. As soon as we get everyone back out there in the pack of players. So here we go. Jack, will you do me a favor and get that person to here? All right, umpire calls play. Here we go. Ball's back in the playing surface. Bellini with possession here. Juan Bellini taking his time, looking downfield. He's got players in motion. Let's see where he wants to send this one. He's going to elect to leave it behind here for Nick Roldan. Roldan gives that ball a ride down the field here. He's got Grant Gansey on a fast pony trying to get into position, but Stewart gets there first. And the whistle does sound. Stopping the action with 2 minutes and 55 seconds. So, with the clock stopped, right-of-way violation is the call on the field. And this is going to go in favor of the team in white, Catamount. Penalty number 3. So this is going to be a shot to an open goal. So, looks like it's going to be Grant Gansey here to do the honors. Gansey walks up to that one, sends it along the ground, straight on in, putting another point here on the board. So Grant Gansey with his second goal, first from the penalty stripe today. He had one from the field in chucker number 1, and now we head back to center field here for another bowl-in. Mounted official. And, of course, we do switch directions of play after every goal is scored. This is so that neither team gets a wind, sun, or field advantage. And a quick whistle here. Looking for a clean and proper lineup. Clock is stopped. 2 minutes, 23 seconds. And here we go. Ball's back on the ground. Continues to tick down once again. And coming out of there with the play is going to be Seward. Got a hold of him momentarily. Now Roldan coming in. The whistle sounds. Clock stopped this time around. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in chucker number 2. Penalty number 4 for Tonkawa coming up here on that play. Uneven ride off. He was a little too far ahead of the saddle. So we stop the action and we're going to drop this ball on the 60-yard stripe. This, of course, is a 60-yard shot to a defended goal. The defending players may place themselves anywhere they'd like so long as they are 30 yards from the ball when it is hit or hit at. Umpire calls play. And Gonzalito Pierez here to do the honors with the approach. Gonzalito Pierez winds up, sends that one down, and puts it right on in. Drops that one between the posts. So Tonkawa finds themselves on the score sheet and the scoreboard here in chucker number 2. So we're making our way. 2 minutes left to play. 2 minutes on the clock. And a quick whistle here. Stopping the action. Clock is stopped with 1 minute, 52 seconds. 1:52 on the clock. And here we go. Ball put back on the playing surface here. Coming out of there with the play. Jimmy Seward and Nick Roldan come together. Roldan coming out of there with the ball now. Roldan gets this ball turned back, facing the right direction now. Goes over to the far sideboards. Trying to check his surroundings now. He's got players downfield. Sends a pass down here. Trying to get a hold of Scott Devin. He finds the mallet of Scott. Scott can't quite keep this one moving forward. Stewart in there on the action. Couple players coming through, overriding. Now Nick Roldan in on the action. Roldan in the driver's seat sends this one to the goal. But it looks like that one's going to be wide to the right-hand side. So we've got 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining here in Chucker number 2. As Stewart brings this one back into play here on the knock-in. Stewart, Armstrong. Sends this one over here, looking to get a hold of Gonzalito Piedes. Piedes gives that ball a ride downfield. He's got Jeff out in front here, but first one on the ball is going to be Juan Bellini for Catamount. Bolini sends this one over here, looking for the mallet of Roldan. Nick Roldan gets a hold of that ball and sends it down. Out in front here, he's got Scott Devin trying to get a hold of that ball, unable to do so as Stuart Armstrong came there, disrupted that play. Now Nick Roldan back in the driver's seat, trying to keep this one under control. Nick, there is the 30-second warning horn, and Roldan takes a shot, but it's going to go wide. Yeah, we're done. So that is going to be Chucker here. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a fun second Chucker that was. We will be right back here after the break. Going to let these players hop on a fresh mount. Be back here to start Chucker number 3.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
The world's best polo in your pocket. Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo. The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at the Aspen Valley Polo Club for the Ute Challenge FINAL. We're here on McClure River Ranch, field number 1. For those of you who are just tuning in, we've got the 2 teams out there playing the final today. Catamount in the white jerseys, they lead by 1 goal here against Tonkawa wearing the green jerseys. Catamount, of course, lining up with Scott Devin, Grant Gansey, Nick Roldan, and Juan Bellini. On the other side of things, Tonkawa, Jeff Hildebrand, Jimmy Seward, Gonzalito Piedes, and Stuart Armstrong. And, of course, we have our mounted official out there, Dale Schwetz. We're going to start things off here with a knock-in. Hit a wide shot on goal to end this off here in Chucker number 2. That wide goal, of course, happening right after the 30-second horn. So, let's start things off here in Chucker number 3. Down here on the far end of the field. All of our players getting into position here. And as soon as we get our gator off the field, they're picking up a piece of debris over there on the other side of the field. And we'll get this one underway here. Umpire calls play. Here we go. Stuart Armstrong behind the ball. Stuart taps this one into play. Looking around, winds up, fires a shot up here, looking to get a hold of Jeff Hildebrand. Hildebrand can't quite make contact with that one as Grant Gansey comes through, backs that one out of danger. Grant right to the mallet there of Nick Roldan. Roldan sends this one up in front here, looking to get a hold of Scott Devon. No one can get a hold of that ball. It's backed out of there by Stuart Armstrong. Armstrong and Grant Gansey coming through down the line here. Crosses in front of a player, and the whistle sounds. Stopping the clock here early in Chucker number 3. 5 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. So, looks like we are heading down to the penalty number 4 stripe here on the right-of-way violation. This penalty number 4, of course, is a 60-yard shot to a defended goal. And Gonzalito Pieta is going to get this ball teed up. He took the last penalty, number 4, and converted it, so I think he's going to be the one to do the honors here again. Gonza gets this ball teed up the way he likes it. Yep. 3. So here comes Gonzalito Pietas with his 60-yard penalty shot. Gonza winds up, sends this one down. It's going to get blocked here on its travels. Now coming out of there with the play. Seward tried to get a touch on it, but it's going to be Nick Roldan here for Catamount. Roldan winds up and fires a shot down the field out in front here. He's got Scott Devon on the move. Scott dropping in, picking up the ball, having a little trouble with the bouncy ball. Gonza can't make contact, but Grant Gansey gets a hold of that one and sends it down. Oh, man. Grant Gansey, that one's going to go just wide. We've got 5 minutes on the clock. And so we're going to have another knock-in here to be taken by the team in green. Tonkawa. Here comes Stuart Armstrong. Stuart taps this one into play. Now over here to Gonzalito. Gonzalito Pieta is now with the play. Working his way down the field, gives that one a ride. He's got Jimmy Seward, his number 2, out in front here. Seward picks up the play, working his way down. He's got Nick Roldan coming in. Nick Roldan comes through, gets the steal, and Roldan dragging this one deep into Tonkawa territory. Nick Roldan tries to get this one turned around now, deep in the corner. What's he going to do? He's got Juan Bellini in behind to help him out. Nick Roldan leaves that one behind here for Bellini. We've got 4 minutes left to play here as Roldan picks up the play once again, passes this one up the field here, looking to get a hold of one of his teammates. He's got Grant Gansey trying to get there, but Stewart makes an attempt, unable to make contact with that ball. And here we go. Grant Gansey still on the action here with Grant trying to keep this one moving down towards the goal, and Stewart saves that one. Whistle sounds. Clock is stopped. 3 minutes, 36 seconds. So 3:36 on the clock. I do believe this is going to be our courtesy change here for Chucker number 3. Yeah, we see the players running off to the corner. So I'm going to take a quick second here and let these players run off and hop on a fresh mount. But ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are here at the field, I would like to thank you so much for coming out and joining us today. Don't go anywhere. We've got this game, and then we have another match on this field at 12:45, the finals of the High Alpine Challenge. So be sure to stick around for that. We got a full day of polo here at the Aspen Valley Polo Club. We have 2 other games going on today as well. We've got another game going on field number 2 right now. So, when we return, we're going to have a penalty number 2. This could have gone to a penalty number 1. I do have a radio here to our mounted official, so he can keep me informed as to everything that's going on out there on the field. And then I will, in turn, give that information to you, the viewers at home, or those of you who are here in the stands. So, penalty number 2 will be the result of that whistle. It could have been a penalty number 1. It was in the vicinity of the goal mouth down there, but upon looking at the scenario and making an executive decision out there, our mounted official has decided to award a penalty number 2 that will be taken from the spot. And Grant Gansey sends that one on in, putting another point on the board here. Grant Gansey, the only one to score so far for Catamount. He's responsible for all 3 of those goals up there on the scoreboard. And now we're heading back here to center field to switch directions of play and get this one back on the playing surface. So back in action here at center field. Going to get this one back on the ground. Here we go. That ball's out of the umpire's hand on the ground. Coming up with the play is going to be Gonzalito Piedes. 3 minutes on the clock here as Gonzalito traps his ball here at center field. Gonza winds up, sends this one down along the ground, out in front here, looking for his number 1, Jeff Hildebrand. Hildebrand picks it up on the near side, trying to get back to it on the offside. Jeff Hildebrand does a nice job. What a nice goal there by Hildebrand. Picked it up on the near side, then worked it back to the offside and popped it right on in there for a point on the board here. So, nicely done there by Jeff Hildebrand. Puts his team back on the scoreboard, gets his team back within 1 now. So, we're heading back to center field once again for another bowl in on the official. Ball's put back on the ground here. Coming out of there with the play is going to be Gonzalito Piedes. Piedes with the play. Ooh, bad luck there. Not what he wanted to do. He left that one behind. And picked off now by Jimmy Seward. Seward. Now Nick. And the whistle sounds, stopping the action with 2 minutes and 2 seconds. 2:02 on the clock. Right away violation is the call on the field. And we are going to get this one dropped down here on the penalty stripe. 2:02 on the clock. 2:02 on the clock. So penalty number 4 here going in favor of Tonkawa. Gonzalito Piedes. He sank the first penalty 4. The second penalty 4 was blocked on its way to the goal. Let's see what's going to happen here on the third attempt. Gonzalito Piedes winds up, sends that one high in the air, out of reach of all of those defenders, and puts another point on the board here. So we're all tied up here at 3 goals apiece, just under 2 minutes remaining as we make our way back over here to center field. So back here at center field with 1 minute, 35 seconds left to play. This one's put back on the ground. Coming out of there, Stewart. Armstrong with the play. He's got Nick Roldan coming in to apply some pressure here. Stewart slaps a little back shot here. Not quite where he wanted to place that ball. As Bellini going to pick this one up. Bellini to Scott. Scott Devin now with the play. Scott and Gonzalito coming through. Stealing the ball away. Stopping the clock with 1 minute, 16 seconds left to play here. And let's see what our mounted official decides to do with this one. One minute, 16 seconds, 1:16 on the clock. All right, so reaching is the call on the field. And Grant Gansey with the penalty number 2 attempt. He got that ball teed up the way he likes it. Now let's see. Grant Gansey looking for goal number 4 here on the afternoon. Or morning, depending on where you're watching from. Grant Gansey sends it down, puts another point on the board here. Grant Gansey 100% from the penalty stripe today. And 4-3 now the score as we head back over to center field with just about 1 minute remaining here in Chucker number 3 in the first half. So, lining up here on our mounted official. Looking for a clean and proper lineup. There it is. That ball's on the ground. Juan Bellini coming out of there with the play. Bellini working his way down. Bellini gets his pocket pick there. Now this ball is going to be stolen out of here by Gonzalito. Gonzalito Piedes with the play. Goes for the shot here. Not where he wanted to place that. There's a 30-second warning horn. Less than 30 to play out here in Chucker number 3. And Stewart from the back of the pack. Bad luck there. Comes off the defender's pony. But Stewart able to get back in on the action here. Nicely done there by Stewart on a handy pony. Passes over here to Gonzalito Piedes. Gonza winds up trying to speed this one up there to Jimmy Seward. But it's going to be Nick Roldan to steal it away. Under 10 seconds remaining here. They're fighting now for position to start the next Chucker. Nick Roldan with the shot. Winds up. And there is the double horn. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have here for the first half of this match. We're going to go to a quick commercial break here, and we'll be back with more action after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Chucker TV. And a big thank you to the fans that are here fieldside. Very happy to have some fans back in the house. We are live here at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, McClure River Ranch, field number 1. This, of course, is the Ute Challenge FINAL. We've got the two teams out there, or making their way out there. Our field crew will be exiting the field here in just a second. We've got the second half of this match set to begin here. We're going to start with a bowl-in from the center to the boards. We played all the way down to the double horn to end us off here in the first half. So, as soon as we get the field cleared of our field crew and all of the players back out there, we'll get this one back underway. Those of you who are tuned in here on Chucker TV, be sure to tune in again at 12:45. Of course, that is Mountain Time. We have our second final of the day. Going to take place right here on field number 1. That will be the High Alpine Challenge final. So, and followed following the High Alpine Challenge Final, we will have a very special treat. We got kids wheelie polo for you guys. That's always a fun thing to watch. We're going to have teams of kids. I'm sure you guys have all seen the kids zipping around the field here on their e-wheels, on their electric unicycles is what they are officially known as. We like to refer to them as wheelies. So we got some kid wheelie polo after the second game today. So be sure to tune in for that. And you could even go on Chucker TV and watch last week's wheelie match. That was a lot of fun out there. We played 5-on-5 on the kids' wheelies. So be sure to stay tuned later this afternoon for that. Right now, we have all of our players out there on the field, and the umpire making his way out here to the lineup. We're going to get this one underway here in just a second. So, teams lining up here on our mounted official. Ready to put this one on the ground. Here we go. Ball's on the ground. We're underway here in the second half, but quick whistle here. Just a handful of seconds into this chucker. All right, so taking the ball on the wrong side, reaching. Player should have made a near side attempt on that ball. So here we go. Penalty number 5. Stewart Armstrong brings this one into play. Stewart winds out a little pump fake there. Looking around, waiting for a player to get into position. Now he unleashes a pass down the field here, looking for Gonzalito Pierez. Gonza can't quite get a hold of that ball. Grant Ganti took him out of the play.